Everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at another Rivian accessory. So this one to me is kind of a must-have. I have a real annoyance with things flying up the side of my truck, especially when it's raining. Those huge earthworms, and once they dry out and get stuck to your vehicle, they are such a pain to get off. But either way, protecting your paint, protecting the side of your vehicle. So we're going to take a look at the BESTEVMOD mud guards that go onto the Rivian. So I want to start with talking about the design and constructability. So these BESTEVMOD mud flaps, they fit into pre-existing holes. So there's no drilling or anything, and they are pretty seamless. Once they're installed, you don't really notice them. I've seen some of the Rivian mud flaps out there that stick out quite far to protect even more. These are more aesthetically pleasing and kind of fit the lines of the truck. But you know, from constructability, it's just a hard plastic. The only, I would say, part of the mud flap I may be concerned with is where it bolts under, where it actually connects to the truck underneath the truck instead of inside like the wheel well. There's a connection point on the back side. It is a pretty thick plastic kind of ring that you connect into the bottom of the truck, but that would be like a fail point for me. Like if it would crack at that, if you crank it too hard up in there, and then, you know, cold, hot weather, I'm not sure, you know, how plastic can wear and get brittle over time. But for now, I've had absolutely no issues up to this point. So installation of these mud flaps was super simple. They give you all the hardware you need, and they also give you the tools if you want to use those, you know, the little tiny tools that are very difficult to use, especially when you're crawling underneath your vehicle. But like I said before, it uses pre-existing holes, so you don't have to worry anything about that. The hardware they give you is pretty much just longer because you're having to go through the plastic mud flap into your actual vehicle, so you need a little bit more length there for installation. But once again, if you've never seen any of my other videos, I am DIY deficient, so installing these mud flaps were not an issue for me. So if you have any type of skill, you'll definitely be able to install them, because I was able to, and it was pretty DIY friendly. So I want to talk performance. So when I installed these, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a solid straight 7 days of heavy rain. Now I've only used these and experienced the performance of these mud flaps from road conditions and really maybe just some slight muddy conditions, but there's no off-roading, there was no mud bogging. I didn't put these like absolutely through the test, nor I don't think I would really trust them if you're getting deep into that and you're big into like camping and things like that. I don't know if this is the solution you want to look for, just because they're made of the hard plastic. And you know, if you're slinging rocks and things like that, I don't know if they would be able to put through the test, but I don't have any data points for that. It's just that they're the hard plastic, and you know how when those things get hit or get cold versus hot, they can get a little bit brittle. But from a road perspective, if you're just running your Rivian on road conditions with wet, rain, slight mud, whatever, some rocks, rubble, doesn't, you know, anything that's reasonable, I would not worry about these mud flaps at all. So I've had them during a super long 7 days of rain. The big thing for me was all the grime that gets up the side of my vehicle, the dried out large earthworms that are all over the road. They get all over the side of your vehicle, and then they're so hard to get off. This protected from a lot of that. I was really surprised at the protection I got from the side of my vehicle once I installed these mud flaps. I was very happy. And even the backside, right? You get all that throw from underneath, and you really got to get under there with the pressure washer. There's a lot less grime on the backside of the truck as well. So in conclusion, I would recommend these BESTEVMOD mud flaps for the Rivian at a $50 price point. Once again, I would recommend them for general use, the road condition, wet conditions, muddy conditions, light gravel, maybe heading to a job site, things like that. Pure off-roading, camping, overlanding, and things like that, I don't have a data point that says whether they're going to hold up or not. So realize I'm looking from just a general purpose standpoint, but I was impressed with the protection up the side, the protection underneath, and them doing an overall just a better job at kind of collecting that grime and keeping it away from my paint and things like that. So I was very happy. And from a durability perspective, like I said, I'm only a couple weeks in, so we'll really see that. The only concern would be that one connection point kind of on the backside underneath, but I guess I'll see over time. But other than that, for $50 price point, I think, you know, even if they last me a couple of years, for 50 bucks, I can always just grab another set and kind of beat the trash out of them again and not have to worry about it. So I am impressed. Thank you, BESTEVMOD, for sending those over, letting me give them a try, but love protecting the side of my truck from stupid worms and lots of grime. So I'm very happy with that. If you like this video and you're looking at other Rivian accessories, I did a BESTEVMOD charge port protector as well. So if you're having to charge in the elements a lot and you're worried about the electrical pieces and rain and snow, whatever, certainly check out that video. I'll leave a link here and I can leave it down in the description, but I think that's it for now, and I will catch you on the next video.